Hello everyone, this is Puny Army, and welcome back to AI the Somnium files, where for some reason I was taking a form in my seat. For some reason. I still don't know why she would feel the need to become a hologram in my passenger seat, but okay, sure. Do you have anything useful to say? Ooh, roar like a lion, please.
Ah! Impossible. How did a jellyfish get in here? So shiny, too.
You utter idiot. It's me.
Renju?
Do I look like Renju?
Suki?
It's me.
Boss?
Date, seriously.
Then, are you Mom?
They must have increased your dosage too much.
Dosage?
That's funny.
Anyway, you're Iba, right? Why are you here? Looking like that?
That is a good
I just thought
question.
I would project myself. You seem lonely.
How are you doing this?
I am overlaying the image your left eye processes with augmented reality.
Okay, but explain to me why you're slouching that badly.
You can't see me through your right eye, only your left.
You can't just pop into my eyeball without permission.
Wait a minute, she is your eyeball.
You do realize I do that all the time, right?
I was gonna say, she is the eyeball. Let's ask about the appearance. I am kind of
Come to
curious
think
how
of
she
it,
came up
You
with
look
that
kind
one.
of like you do when you're in Somnium. What's that
Hold
about?
on, I gotta guzzle some water.
What do you mean?
You don't usually look like that. You have a Somnium form and another form.
Oh, this?
Yes, that. Why are you doing this now?
Whatever the hell that is.
I was bored last night, so
Huh?
I thought you would like it.
Why would I like it?
Yeah, this is kind of
Well,
strange.
I did attempt to shape myself to your preference.
If you could do that, change it.
I will not,
Why not?
because I won't.
Let's talk about her appearance some more. Let's just needle her a little bit.
I fear you would eventually grow tired of the other form as well. I just wanted to change my look a little. Think of it as a haircut.
Nah, no. This is such a huge
Pretty drastic
difference.
haircut.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't really talk about that. I don't think they had anything to do with the killings, though.
As I said
Suspicious,
earlier,
obviously.
I completely agree that they are suspicious, but there is nothing currently linking them to the case.
Yeah.
That's true.
What
No
does,
established
however, I
motive.
would like to point out the fact that there is something that links the previous boss to the previous case, which I'm pretty sure is connected, but
Victims
nobody's
were
telling me
displayed,
why.
tied up on a horse, hung from the ceiling.
He didn't change the image for the hung from
Their
the ceiling.
left
There we
eyes
go.
taken out. We still don't know why.
I am convinced
It is
that
possible that
Date
Shoko and
is the
Renji
previous
were
killer,
disloyal
the
to
previous
Thomas and
Cyclops
Tsujima
killer.
and the Kumakuras.
No,
They
I
could
don't
have
think
been
so.
killed
Shoko was
displayed as a
connected, but
warning.
I don't have any evidence indicating Renju was.
That would fit the current evidence.
It would, but again,
Maybe.
Renju has no connection to the
feel right.
Kamakuras. So I'm not really buying that right now. By the way, she's a hologram, so why is she breathing? Like, is she simulating that just to make me more comfortable? Because it's kind of weird, considering she shouldn't need to breathe.
Unfortunately, I did not find anything in our database that could connect the two.
I mean, other than
See.
shady business dealings?
However,
Duh.
I did discover some rumors on the internet.
What else are you gonna find on the internet? Come on, it's the
Most
internet.
of them come across as gossip or conspiracy theories.
Yes,
But would you
actually,
like to
where there's
hear them
smoke, there's
regardless?
fire, generally. Unless you're talking
Please.
about reptoids or coronavirus conspiracy theories. The only one of those, I believe, is the one about China starting it accidentally.
Mr. Tsujima currently resides in Azabu.
Okay,
He lives in a mansion, a restored samurai castle. But
okay.
20 years ago, So Tsujima lived elsewhere, in the
Okay.
Kawasaki district to be exact. He lived there until he was 40 years old. The
Sure.
Tsujima family owned a vast amount of real estate.
Does
in
that
the
include that
district. Adjusting
entertainment
for
park?
inflation, the land was valued above 30
Oh
billion
my
yen.
goodness.
The Tsujima family sold off its holdings. 6 months later, the incident occurred.
The explosion at
Alright.
the chemical plant.
Could be coincidence, though. We
This
can't
caused
prove it was
Kawasaki
intentional.
to become a restricted area. And of course, land prices fell drastically to less
they
than
rebought it,
1/30
then they were
of their
behind it.
original value. What are your thoughts?
The timing is certainly suspicious.
Yeah, but
To
unless
sell
they
that
would...
amount of land just 6 months before it happened.
There is another interesting fact. After the accident, So Tsujima purchased all
Yep.
of the land back
He
for
caused
just
the
1 billion
explosion.
yen.
So he's got 29 billion yen in his pocket and 1 billion yen of land.
Mhm.
Correct. Despite the horrific accident, the Tsujima family is no worse off.
Yeah, that was plot.
True.
That was a plot.
But I don't see the point of it. It's not like you got anything out of it.
That would be true, but there is more to this story.
Well, he got money,
There is another important
which is a common
fact.
enough motive.
After the land prices in the Kawasaki region crashed,
Coincidental phone call, of course.
we will have to continue this conversation later. I am receiving a call from headquarters.
No shit.
Is this Special Agent Date from Abyss?
Yeah,
My name is Akaska.
I am.
I'm investigating the Shoko Nadami case.
Okay.
There's something that you need to hear.
What is it?
We got a phone call earlier from a prisoner at Fuchu Prison.
Fuchu.
Prisoner?
You didn't even let me finish saying that I am that detective you're looking
I
for.
think you should give it a listen.
You saved the... Hold up.
Who
Okay.
is this?
In here, I'm known as number 89.
What is this call concerning?
I know who killed Shoko Nadami, and if you let me out of here, I will tell you who it is. I suppose you might say I'm looking for a plea bargain. He will kill again, you know, and you'll take their eye while they're still alive. There will be more bodies. If you want to stop this serial killer, I suggest you take my offer. I'll be seeing you.
I'm not buying it.
This has to be a prank.
That's what I thought too.
Well, you're smart, Akasaka.
However, we got the call yesterday afternoon, before Renju was killed. In other words,
You're saying he predicted the second crime?
yeah, I think he did. That's why I
I...
thought I should contact you.
Good idea. Thanks, Detective.
I'm not necessarily
Good luck.
sure because it's not like it's super... Well, I don't know how Japanese prisons work then again. I was going to say
Do you
using
think there's
American
anything to
prisons
this?
as my mental image where they can get information in American prisons, but I
know.
don't know how Japanese prisons run in comparison. I don't know if they are better about information lockdowns in Japanese prisons, so I can't really say for sure how difficult it would be for him to get that information. I am kind of curious as to how he knew there was one in the first place, but if he could find out that a murder had occurred where somebody had taken an eyeball, it wouldn't exactly be a stretch to
Date.
assume that there would be another one, since it's obviously a copycat of the original Cyclops killer. So I'm still inclined to disbelieve this particular Prisoner 89.
What's wrong? You look like you have a lot on your mind.
Yeah. I just found out online. The corpse at Bloom Park. That was Renju's ex-wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so Date is not particularly surprised he knows this, so it was not an
that
information leak.
Was Mizuki's mom.
Yeah, and you left her there with it.
Mizuki saw her own mom.
And it's your fault.
And I just
Mm-hmm.
left her.
Yeah, you need to do some growing up. Mizuki is much more
But I didn't know.
mature than you are.
I knew her as Shoko Nadami. Her
Wait a
last
minute.
name is different.
Hold up.
I didn't know that was Mizuki's mother.
Okay, that's what you're
I
talking
want to
about.
apologize to her. I need to tell her that I'm sorry.
I'm not sure that's something necessarily you can or should necessarily apologize for. You, granted, are not courageous, but it was a completely natural fear response. I just spat on my screen. Alright. What is this Matt doing here? Get out of here. There we go. Yes, he is shamefully cowardly for seeing
Nowhere.
just a corpse,
Just doing my
but
normal routine.
I don't know your normal routine.
I went to a doujin store to look at the new releases. Then I ate some ramen at Jiro's, and then headed over to the PC cafe to browse threads. You know, normal.
out of curiosity,
If
what is
that's
your
normal,
income?
I haven't had a normal day in my life.
Let's talk about Mizuki.
Mizuki didn't seem like she was angry with you.
No, it
What?
was a completely
You met
natural
Mizuki?
response.
Oh, at the interrogation.
That's right. He doesn't know I live with Mizuki. I have no reason to hide it, but it's sort of hard
Yeah,
to explain.
that's. It sounds a little weird
Yeah,
without just
I
basically
spoke to
saying
Mizuki
you're
at
the
her,
surrogate father.
questioning earlier.
You're sick, Date.
What?
Mhm.
Questioning? That sounds
Oh,
dirty.
come off it, man.
If I were writing a light novel, that's exactly how I would describe a sexy scene.
No,
What kind of
no.
novels are you writing?
Why is
kid?
she so thrilled with this whole conversation? She is way too into that conversation. Honestly, like, what in hell?
I don't know anything. I've only seen Renju a couple of times.
I
That
didn't think it
was-
was possible to be this bad at lying.
Yeah, that was
Though
the
it is
shadiest
plainly
thing.
obvious. I did a thermal check on Ota's body.
I'm not gonna question why, but
This
okay.
is his current body temperature.
Alright.
That's what I thought. Have you forgotten, Ota? You're my thrall. You don't want me to tell Iris your secret, do you?
Huh?
Well, wait, it's
She
no
is
big
listening
deal.
in. Okay.
You better start talking.
Okay.
So, How do you know? What do you know about Renju's case?
Last night, I was walking over to Sunfish Pocket, and I saw Renju come out of the building.
What
Was
time
he
was
alone?
this?
Someone was with him. A man.
Woman.
No.
It's a woman.
A woman.
But you don't even need the thermal read. Come on. You don't even
Okay,
need
look.
that.
I can tell you're trying to protect her, but you have to help me
It
out
was
here.
Iris.
Was it Iris?
No, it definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
Got it. So Renju was with Iris.
Okay. That isn't that surprising. She was an employee of his. It's a little weird looking, and I do need to investigate this. But it's not
Okay,
something that would
fine.
necessarily need to be
There's
hidden.
no point in hiding it, I guess. You're right. Renju came out of the building with Tessa.
This building or
Tessa
this?
has
No,
nothing
Sunfish
to do
Pocket.
with this. She wouldn't murder anyone. She wouldn't
No.
hurt a fly.
I don't suspect
She's
Iris
an
of
idol.
killing Renju. First
Idols
off,
don't kill
he
people.
was her source of income. Second off,
You need to stop
he
putting her on a pedestal.
exited the building with her, which means he returned
Tessa
to the
is a
building with
savior
someone
to me.
else.
The Tessa I know wouldn't
Oh,
hurt anyone.
get off of it, dude.
The first time I met her, I had a bad case of writer's block, and I saw all this awful negativity online, and
Alright, I can
I
feel
lost
that.
sight of what I really wanted to write. It was the lowest point of my life.
He is talking like a professional, though he hasn't published anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Then,
nothing
by
official.
pure chance, I found a video of Tessa singing and dancing, and it made me realize something important. You don't
Why
have
is she
to care
dancing
what
here?
people think, you know? If you do your best at what you believe in, your message will get through to
I mean,
people.
he's not wrong about that, but
That
his
attitude
message
is
is
something all
somewhat...
great creators
I'm
need
gonna
to have.
guess his message is sketchy.
After that, I became a huge A-Set fan and got over my writer's
Also,
block.
you do need more than just enthusiasm. I'm just throwing
I
that
know
out there.
I'm not the only
Enthusiasm
one
is
Tessa has
important. I'm
inspired.
not gonna deny that, but...
A lot of otaku
you know.
like me say that Tessa is their savior. She cheers them up when they're down. So there's no way Tessa can be involved in murder.
that
Absolutely
your logic here has
impossible.
now fried. Well, it was not exactly strong to begin with, but, you know, good for you, man, but, yeah, also, you're really
Do you
heavy on this.
suspect her?
No.
I need to hear her side of the
I
story.
need to know why she was there, though. It might be
If I
connected.
do, I might find out she's totally innocent. If you truly believe that she didn't do it, you should tell me everything you know.
I just don't think it's likely.
But
Do it for Iris.
around 6:15, I guess.
Was that 2-ish hours? Hold on, let me check my files really quick. I'm hoping, really hoping they have the time he died in here. Please tell me they updated this. Oi, they did not. Okay. Do we have album appendix? That's useless. Album. I don't know what the significance of this is, but okay, sure. Anyways, that was useless. I
Where did they
think he
go?
died around 8:40 if I'm remembering
I
correctly.
didn't see.
I can't quite
I got
remember.
into Renju's car and drove off.
What did you do?
I went inside Sunfish Pocket, but I saw a sign that said the entire
The
club
entire
was reserved.
club?
I
Interesting.
figured I would just go home.
That's fair.
What happened?
What? Oh, hello. Yeah, I need to talk to you.
Date.
Iris, there's something I need to ask you.
Thank you, Date, for getting
with
right to
me.
the point. Don't act surprised. You know where you were last night. I don't know where you were last night. It is nighttime now. Okay. Hey, we're going official here. Nice. Why is Boss here? Like, she's just gonna gum up the works, honestly. Unless she's here to supervise, which, I mean, considering Iris's behavior, considering she's a witch, and I hate her, yeah, I can
Iris,
actually... Boss,
I'm going
please
to
stay.
ask you some
Is
questions.
thinking about this deeply.
Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say
Why do I
anything
feel
that might
like this is a
incriminate
significant point and I need to be
The
asking the
to
right
remain
questions?
silent. You're treating me like a criminal.
You are a
you.
criminal.
Not exactly. I'm just looking
You
for
are
the
the
truth.
most suspicious character in this entire game, except for the fact that I don't think you committed this
I would
crime. But
appreciate
you
your
are
cooperation.
suspicious. I'm gonna look at the desk first. Desk in the middle of the room. I can't look at the chair. Alright, here we go then. I'm gonna play this a little bit carefully first. Let me see. I'm gonna ask about the Sunfish Pocket first. We're gonna start small.
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Okay.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Let's ask about the surveillance camera.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
I just want the tapes. I was hoping you knew where they were. I don't think you killed him. I don't know if I necessarily need to pressure her yet by asking for an alibi. Let me see. Let's ask when you found out that Renju was killed.
When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do?
Come on. You
I had
wanted
a
to play
podcast to record
detective
this
earlier.
morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone
Hold on.
a lot of trouble.
No. I already know your line. First, you implied that you didn't know you should have called the police when you discovered that the person you were with last night died. Now, most people would instantly think, hey, look, I might have been the last person to see them alive. I should tell the police. Now you're claiming that you intentionally didn't do so you'd be on time for your podcast. That's a contradicting story there. I am buying absolutely none of what you're selling me. Oh, I have to ask you another question now. Let's ask if the story is true,
Here's what
although
Ota
you
told
basically
me.
just confirmed it for me.
Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish
I want to see if
Pocket
I
building.
can interrogate you further on where you
Is that
went.
true?
Yes. Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket. ASAP.
Okay.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think.
You talked in
I got
Sunfish
ready,
Pocket for an hour?
Then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Okay, no,
Date,
you've spent 15
I checked
minutes.
her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris
Okay, so
from
that
Renju's
checks out.
phone.
I want to see if you're nervous. You are nervous. Good. Alright.
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there, but the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before, especially with
That's fair.
important people being there.
Then where
What did you
go?
do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura at 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And
Okay,
after
that
that?
checks out.
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
I
What
want
do you think,
confirmation
Iva?
with the mother. I want
I
to
cannot
contact the
detect
mother.
any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized.
I agree.
Human memory is ambiguous.
Also, why would you turn down your extremely powerful boss on an
The use of
MC?
exact times leads me to be suspicious.
Yes.
That's true.
Does it really... Also, another thing I have to ask is, does it really take her an hour to get from where she lives to Sunfish Pocket? Let's put some
What
pressure
were you
on.
doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iva, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She could just
She
be
isn't
really good at
lying.
lying.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night.
I was close then. I thought it was
Iris' story
8:30,
is
8:40ish.
true. She couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
Yeah, we don't know where the original crime scene was.
I'll ask again. You are sure
her
you were
mother
at home
did it.
around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom was at home. She came
So
back home
you
early
have
this
no
morning.
actual alibi.
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris's mom had connections
Yes, she
to
did.
Renju too.
I
I
suspect
totally
personally
did
that
mention
Renju
that
is
yesterday.
Iris's father. Personally, that's just my operating theory, as I mentioned before. That's just what I
Renju
believe
was my
so far.
classmate at Eito Kurai.
Yeah.
We've known each other for 20 years now.
Yeah.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
But
No.
I am curious. What was Hitomi doing last night?
But that... Well, she could have killed Shoko, possibly out of envy. That would make sense. Until there's a third victim, it's a plausible theory that
Am
the
I
mother
a
is
suspect?
a
It's
suspect.
not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but how do I put this?
I have such a clean
it's
alibi.
impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura
means
is a
nothing.
fully grown man.
Oh, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but...
But if he was
strangling?
drugged beforehand, it would have been pretty
No,
easy.
it's still possible. You see,
Shit. Iris could have killed Renju because... Is this a time limit thing? I can look at this?
The autopsy discovered a high concentration of benzodiazepine in Renju's body. This drug is commonly
But
used
then,
as a
see, we also have
sedative.
the problem... yep.
It is likely that Renju was in a state of compromised consciousness before his death.
Yes.
a heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in
I
Renju's
did
body.
remember that. I remember that
Renju was
correctly.
practically in a coma before
Nice.
he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have
She
strangled
could have
him.
strangled him very easily.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
No, that's... You could have
Rest of
used
it?
the weights for the ropes.
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed
Why
about
did you reveal that?
160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity,
Yeah,
it could
the
be
3
done.
barrels.
Ingenuity?
The water buckets. The, I want to get this
Renju's
report.
corpse was discovered
Does
at the
this
maid cafe
explain what I
Sunfish
want?
Pocket, hanging from a beam on the ceiling by a wire. He was
It
found
was a pulley
over
system.
the counter. The wire was attached on both ends. One end was attached to a hook that was
Yeah.
embedded inside Renju's jaw.
The beer
The
kegs.
other
Yes,
end was
this is
attached
the
to beer
information that I
kegs
want
found on the
specifically.
floor.
I wanted to emphasize the beer kegs
Kegs
on the
hold
floor,
approximately 20 liters of liquid. They weigh approximately 55 pounds each.
which would have been easily enough to carry his weight. This is what I want. This is the actual fact I was looking for.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you
Which
need
she
to
could
do
have
is
done.
put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
Yeah, she
Sure,
could
it
have.
was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. That's not impossible.
Even for a teenage girl. Yeah.
I guess it isn't impossible.
I just want to snap her. I
After
think her
that,
mother's
you
actually
get on top
the
of the
one doing
counter.
this. I want to see if we can snap
Hook
her
the
for
other
the
end
mother.
of the wires to the kegs. And then, what do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165
Mm-hmm.
pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible.
But
It is possible
But
for her to
there
do
is
so.
one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him.
Yes.
If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
hey,
Oda.
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
Let me see.
Sunfish
I may have to review
Pocket
some of my
is
information
located
here.
on the second floor. According to the records,
This is actually the
from
most useful
6:30
I've been
PM
the
until
entire
body
time.
was found. The elevator stopped on the second floor only once, at 8:55 p.m. The total weight detected in the elevator was approximately 310 pounds.
If Renju was 160, that would make her 150. I am
I
curious
know
about the
this
watch.
watch. It's Renju's favorite. I found it inside an oil drum at Sunfish Pocket. That means...
I don't know what that means, actually.
The oil
I'm gonna
drum
be really
inside,
honest.
the type that has a lid you can open, with about a 200-liter capacity. Empty, it weighs approximately 44 pounds.
I am curious here. Mm-hmm.
The autopsy determined that Renju vacated his bowels for muscle relaxation upon death. However, no trace of this was found on the corpse or at the scene. This means that it is highly likely Renju was killed elsewhere and moved to where he was found. Renju's estimated TOD is yesterday, around 8 p.m. Numerous hemorrhages in the blood vessels of the throat and face indicate strangulation. The weapon used to commit the murder was some kind of twisted cloth. The criminal likely wrapped it around Renju's neck.
I am trying to think.
Renju then suffocated. The more precise cause of death is cerebral circulation failure due to vessel closure in the neck.
Hold on.
In short, Renju was strangled from behind
Yeah,
with some
that's
kind of
easy.
cloth or rope.
There. Let me look at the elevator record again. Around 9 p.m. Okay. I think Nope. Okay, that's wrong. Yeah, okay. I'm not actually sure how that connects, but she would know of it. Was it a gift from her? Were they having an illicit affair? Which would be a little odd,
Do you know what this is?
but...
It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according
No,
to protocol?
fuck you, boss. You don't tell me shit I need to know, so why should I tell you shit you should know? You didn't even need to know this.
What are you trying to say?
I'm curious.
Saying,
I actually
it
don't
wouldn't
know
be
this
so hard to
connection. I
move a
couldn't think
body
of...
if it were in a cylinder.
That's...
We just have to roll it.
44 pounds. That would put her... Yep, that would actually make sense.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how
why the watch came off. Yep,
but
okay.
the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure. Just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed.
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't
could
have
have.
a license!
Doesn't mean
20.
you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me.
Just be quiet.
Who are you talking to?
Everyone just doesn't answer her. But yeah, I can see that. I hadn't even made the oil drum connection, but yeah, that does make sense. I hadn't even thought of that, to be really honest. I was too absorbed with the other things.
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Add on the 44, that's 149 pounds, plus the 160 from Renju, and you hit the roughly 310 pounds.
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around
Yep,
105
you fit
pounds
right
is
in there. You're like 2
extremely
pounds
likely.
off of the estimate.
Why do you say that?
Elevator record, I already know this. Yes. Oil drum. Let me see the oil drum. Thank you. And then Renju's weight. I know this connection.
Iris, on which floor is Sunfish Pocket located?
On the second floor?
That's right.
Elevator.
So, I checked the elevator
Yeah, I just figured
records.
this out like before
the corpse was
before I had to present
discovered,
the evidence
the
for it.
elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds.
Now, why doesn't the record of the elevator show the 6:15 leaving? I assumed they were
Renju
in
weighed
Sunfish Pocket.
160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310.
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now, this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A
But
lot
it's
of people
plausible.
weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs.
Oh, it's
to throw us
stupid. I
off
didn't know
the
there
trail.
were stairs. I apologize. I had, for some bizarre reason, assumed there was only an elevator.
However,
Okay, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I was trying to figure out why there weren't stairs, but I just assumed it was just an elevator. But yeah, you would take the stairs
Stop.
down.
Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
What do you mean, don't turn around?
why not?
Just
Why are
stay
my eyes
put.
shivering?
Keep your eyes on the wall.
What is this? See, the problem is I don't trust boss.
There are several cameras in this room.
Okay.
2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the
Which
ceiling.
is usual.
And 1 camera,
The camera
on
on the tripod, which is mostly used
I
to
hacked
attract
each
away
to
her
gain
attention.
access to their recordings. Look at this.
Look at this. Okay. Alright.
She's fidgeting around. Is she
Yeah.
doing something under the desk?
That's what it looks like, but we need to confirm something before we confront her. We need to know that she's in fact doing something under the
If
desk.
she's got some kind
Without
of
turning
weapon, I'm
around?
going to be upset.
Yes.
How would I do that?
Different camera. The reflection. Very good play. She's messaging somebody on her phone.
Ah, shit.
Uh-huh. Well, that's Oda.
Iris, what are you thinking?
I think
What
she's
is
trying to
that
frame
thing?
Oda.
Hey, Answer me, Iris.
Answer me, witch.
She's definitely hiding something.
No
Okay.
kidding. Really, boss? You think...
Sync with her.
Yes, I will do that. I have enough distaste for her as a human being because I think she's shady.
Iris is experiencing REM sleep.
Thank you, Pewter.
It's working perfectly.
Great.
How about it, Pate? Think you can do it?
Yeah, I'll snap her
Not
brain
a
in too.
problem.
Let's go.
Get it started.
Let's go.
The time limit is 6 minutes.
Again? It's always
4
6
times
minutes.
up.
Can't you
I
give me
know.
like 7? It's at least a lucky number. Come on.
Then, let's begin.
Third time's the charm, I hear. 666. Yay. That's the sync that I die in. The third one. Come on, let's snap her brain. No. This... Is this the part where it goes white and makes me feel weird? No, okay, we're good. We're good. Do I move? Nope, we're just in this random empty
What is
mental
this
warehouse.
It looks depressing. How is this related to Iris?
Unknown. But there must be
Unknown?
a connection.
Really?
Iris,
Okay.
what are you hiding?
You're hiding a TV. Hey, I heard TV killed the radio star.
Somnium scan. Activate.
You were so corny. I kinda like it though. You still have no respect for personal privacy though. Deep flaw, deep flaw. This is the mental lock? Wait, let me be surprised for a second. No way. That's the second mental... Okay, that one actually surprises me. And some random location that is unknown. Let me pull out... And the wall behind me is apparently a mental lock. Sweet. Okay. That is a hell of a lot of mental walls. I am over 30 minutes on this episode by a little bit, so I will actually be saving this up for the next episode. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, and have a great 24 hours.